Fall baseball season continues, and for an update on that, let's catch up now with the head coach of the Liberty Flames, Jim Toman, whose team is coming off a 12-inning scrimmage here yesterday with the Ontario Blue Jays international travel team.
Yeah.
I know you guys had them down here last year. It was good to see that the weather cooperated this time. You guys got the full thing in.
Yeah, last year it rained after about 3 innings. I only played 3, and yesterday we played 12 innings, and it was really good to be able to play against someone other than ourselves. So the players were excited yesterday.
You guys able to use a lot of different pitchers in that ball game. You've got a lot of newcomers on this team this year. Tell us a little bit about how fall practice has gone so far.
Well, it's gone really well. Been very pleased. Yesterday was our 12th intrasquad, and yesterday was actually kind of a game, so that really, that was a good thing to do yesterday because the players are tired of 11 intersquads against ourselves, and playing that outside competition, the NCAA allows you to do it I think one time in the fall. You don't have to count it against your 56. So it was good to get out and play. We threw 12 pitchers yesterday and threw a shutout. They threw really well. Coach Quinn has them guys going really well. They also showed out well at Scout Day. We had 22 scouts here about a week ago, and the pitchers did really well then. So it's very encouraging right now.
You mentioned Scout Day and all the different scouts that showed up here, and guys tend to want to show off on that day. Give us an idea of the energy level and the excitement on Scout Day.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you go to college to get your degree first and try to go to regionals and super regionals in Omaha, but you also want to get an opportunity to get drafted. So we invite the scouts in the fall, and there's 22 of them came out, and we get to show off in front of them. And our pitchers really, it's the first Scout Day where we had, I think Coach Quinn was saying we had 9 pitchers that hit 90 and another 3 or 4 that hit 89. So had a scout come up to me after Scout game and said, you guys look like an SEC, ACC program. We don't usually get this many guys throwing 90 at a so-called mid-major Scout Day. But so that was good to hear from the scouts. They were impressed.
Talk about some hard-throwing newcomers, and one of the guys that comes to mind is Jack DeGroat. I had a chance to watch him out here yesterday for an inning and looked really good. He's got 3 pitches he can throw for strikes. Give us an idea of how he could factor into this team this year.
Well, as a freshman, he might be the best arm on our staff right now. That doesn't mean he's going to be a rotation guy or pitch extremely well, but he's had a good fall. He's been in the past up to 95, and you usually don't get a freshman like that. Usually them guys sign pro out of high school, and we're very blessed and fortunate that evidently the scouts didn't think he was ready to go in the pro ball, didn't get drafted. But he's here in the fall, he's doing well. And it seems like we've got a good stable of arms, new guys that are throwing really well. And we've got some guys that are velocity guys, but we've got 4 or 5 guys that are maybe 85, 88, 89. They're really good pitchability guys. So I kind of like the balance between power arms. We've got 4 or 5 guys throwing really hard. But, man, we got 4 or 5 new guys that look like they have an idea out there and they have good command. So it's been very encouraging. But Jack, he'll get a chance as a freshman, and he needs to learn how to pitch a little bit. But the arm strength is there, and wonderful kid. He was a catcher up until about his junior year, decided to start pitching. So he's not, very experienced out there. But that's the type of arm that could come on and one day be a Friday night guy and maybe see him pitch in the big leagues one day.
Yeah, and you look at it the other way, too, is like there's not a whole lot of miles on that arm, so you can kind of mold him into how you want him to be. And you mentioned in high school he had a lot of success there as well, a state championship his junior year. How important is it when you're recruiting to try to bring in guys that have had success at that level?
Well, you always want guys that win. And there's a lot of guys on this team that won in high school, won in junior college. And, we have a closer, Cody Gamble, who was the fireman of the year in the Florida JUCOs, and that's always good. He was the best junior college reliever in Florida last year, and I don't think he's given up a run this fall. So usually when they have them credentials coming in and they're winners or they've done really well in high school or JUCO, it usually carries on into college.
Talked a lot about the newcomers. Let's talk about some of the guys that are coming back. I saw Andrew Yasik hit a ball that's probably still traveling right now. That had to be good to see him yank one out of here yesterday.
Yeah, that's his 3rd home run this fall, and he's swinging it really well. He's probably hitting close to 500 this fall, and he's getting better swings off. He's very confident right now. He hit 3 or 4 balls yesterday really hard, and he did hit a long one, but even his singles yesterday were he hit a ground ball past the shortstop that went all the way to left center field wall. Usually a ground ball like that is cut off, and it got out there so quick that it went to the wall. So Andrew's clicking on all cylinders right now. It's his junior year. It's time to break out, and I have a good feeling that he feels really good about this year and that's going to happen for him.
How's Dalton Britt looked, and what kind of a role is he going to have on this team this year?
Well, Dalton's been very, very steady for us, and this will be his 4th year starting at shortstop, and he's swinging it well. I think yesterday hit another double. I think he has 5 doubles already this fall. So veteran, it's awesome to get your shortstop back. Usually a 3-year starter at short, you usually don't get him back your senior year. But I guess the scouts thought he needed another year of college and he'll hopefully get an opportunity in pro ball after this year. But Dalton's solid as a rock right now. He's having a really good fall. Had 2 or 3 really good plays yesterday.
And you think about a guy like a Parker Bean as well, just touching on some of the guys that are going to need to step up and lead this team. How has he looked so far this fall?
You know what? Parker's been up and down in the scrimmages. Yesterday is very good. Scout day is very good. His bullpens have been very good. So we're hoping that he can get back. You know, his freshman year, his freshman All-American. Yet last year, kind of the sophomore slump. Had a pretty good summer in the Cape Cod League. His velocity yesterday, 90 to 94. Pitched really well. Yesterday might have been the best I've seen him on the mound.
That's certainly encouraging to hear. And last thing here as we wrap up our thoughts here with fall practice, what's next for the team, and what have you got left?
Well, we've had 12 intrasquads. We're about at the halfway point. We're going to finish up with a 3-game World Series October, I think it's 28th, 29th, and 30th. But like this week, we'll scrimmage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 more. And next week, a couple. We'll end up with kind of a World Series. We'll have a player draft and let them draft each other and play against each other. But I think right now that I think there's 10 scrimmages left. So we're about halfway point. So we have to make a decision on some guys on whether we're going to redshirt them or make the 35. We have 46 players in the fall, which is a little heavy. Usually you have about 40 or so. But I think that's a good thing. There's a lot of competition, and you know, the guys know that they're working to try to make the team. It's no givens, and we have a lot of openings in the field on the pitching staff. So you know, I think the competition's good. There's 11 guys that will have to redshirt. So when we get down to that 35, it's going to be a pretty good team.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate the time. And, hey, if you're in the area this weekend, Flames football team's out of town, come on out and watch the Flames scrimmage out here at Liberty Baseball Stadium.
Awesome.
All right, that's the head coach of the Liberty Flames, Jim Toman. My name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.